case got opened against me to say that a parcel hadn't been received. Now, I always send my stuff out as soon as it sells. I wait until payment is made and I send stuff out straight away, regardless of if it's on one day or the other. Or instead of doing it as bulks, I just go out and do it. Well, anyway, I did a standard second class. Now, you don't get tracking for this, and yeah, fair enough, I got a receipt. Now, this was sent out at the start of the month. 24 days later, apparently it didn't arrive. Now, at first I thought, well, this ain't right, you know. I don't believe this, as you would. And whatnot. So I was talking to the buyer and stuff, and I said, well, are you sure it hasn't, you know, are you sure you're not trying to rob me out of, like, your money and stuff? And
Yeah.
But, you know, it turns out it actually was the case. So I was like, fair enough. Like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to try and contact eBay and Royal Mail, who I sent it with. And that's what I did. I put in for a claim to say that the item didn't arrive. Tried to contact them. No good. I phoned eBay and I was on the phone to them for like an hour. Just explaining the whole thing. Like, I did send it out. I've got bank statements and whatnot to say that, yes, you know, I was there on that day. I posted this, that, and the other. But they were having none of it. They were like, you need the receipt with the number on, even though it's not tracked. I was like, well, that was at the start of the month. It's now the end of June. Like, I'm not going to keep receipts for like stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said and this got resolved on Monday. I said by Tuesday, if nothing has come or whatever, I'll happily give you a refund. I'm not going to, you know, argue and say this, that, and the other. And we had like a decent conversation. He said, listen, I'm more than happy to go like half a refund. So 25 and you get to keep 25 since I've lost out and you've lost out with obviously items that you've sold and, you know, money and vice versa. So it's like, I truly appreciate it, honestly. If you're wanting to do that, then fair enough, but I'm more than happy to give you the full amount. Came to like late Monday, right? And I sat there and I was like, do you know what? I think I'm going to send him the money today. I got a message as soon as I was going to send to say the item had arrived.
Wow.
I was like, what is the fucking odds on that?
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? So I'm sure. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, they've just left it outside, like they didn't knock or anything. I've just left the house and it's there. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what's the odds of that happening? Man, I couldn't believe it. It wasn't a small amount. It was like 50 quid. Like, not, you know, it's like it was 20 or something. If it was 20, I wouldn't be bothered. But 50 is like, you know,
it's weird.
I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, are you having a laugh?
I'm glad you opened the story with I had a case brought up against me, and I was like you don't want to start a story like that. Like, that's probably the worst way you can start a story.
Yeah, but that's how you get people listening. You give like a bullshit, like clickbaity, like story, and then you say eBay, and they're like, "You fucker." I've already invested at that point. So yeah, that was my week regarding the eBay situation at the time. Incredibly frustrating, but I'm glad I got out of the way. I quickly want to mention, this is just a little reveal that got announced yesterday. It's nothing major, but I quickly just want to talk about before we jump in. Season 25 of the classic era of Doctor Who is coming to the collection side of things on, you know, Blu-ray and box sets. If you obviously have seen my videos on the Northern Dalek YouTube channel, this is what I collect and whatnot. So season 25 is coming out next month, I believe. I'm probably going to have to wait a few years for this one to come out in standard, which is a shame. But yeah, anyway, I suppose we should get into our introductions and whatnot. But I just wanted to
shut the fuck up.
You need to shut the fuck up!
Welcome to the All Things Geek podcast. My name is Tyler, also known as Kasai, joined by the man whose name starts with a B.
Brayden, also known as Renzolian.
And the man whose name starts with an L.
Oh, yeah. Leighton also, Leighton also known as the Northern Dalek, also on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So
I was not supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
You weren't. Shame.
Bring up the elephant in the room that I was planning this whole week. I was making sure everything was perfect, and then last minute Ty's like, "I'm back on." It's like, okay. Screaming in the chat.
I took over.
It's okay though. I was feeling a lot of pressure with having to host this week, so I'm glad someone and also edit because we didn't talk about that, but it sounded like Ty was gonna make me edit again. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I wasn't gonna be on it, you were gonna edit.
That's not whatever.
That is
exactly.
He's got a gun pointing to his head. That's why.
Well, then you would have had to edit the next 2 episodes.
No, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair that I have to do multiple episodes.
I'm not on an episode.
No, that's stupid.
It's not my responsibility to edit
That's
it.
stupid. I would edit an episode without you.
Nope.
Ladies.
Yep. If I wasn't on an episode, I would. Yes, I would. 100%.
Nope. You're a liar.
Listen, I'm so glad I
would
don't
do
edit anymore because
Wait, you're editing next week's episode.
I don't think so, man.
You can edit. You lazy ass just won't do it.
I'm alright. Listen, I'm not doing it on that Mac.
That's fair.
Speaking of all your hard work prepping for this week, did you prepare the pictures?
Oh, I prepared all the pictures, my friend.
All right, let's jump straight into it with some spicy new pictures from Spinmaster.
Yes, sir.
We got this goddamn line that we won't stop fucking talking about. So they did some proper reveals for Kratos, Atreus, and Jin Sakai.
Ah.
Fine promo pictures, which means even closer to getting them in hand. And Aloy went up for pre-order this week too.
She did. She's $50
and sold out very quickly.
Yes, I did not get a pre-order in, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but I wasn't sure if I was going to anyway. So.
Wow.
They look solid. They look really great. Atreus looks really cool. Jin looks awesome.
He does.
I'm a big fan of what we're seeing so far. And so far, I mean, aside from Aloy and Kratos, nothing is really, like, I need to see Joel and Ellie. That's where I'm at right now. Those are must-grabs for me. If they're good. If they're not good, then it...
Listen, when they reveal Sackboy, come to me, okay?
Oh, Sackboy, yeah, obviously. But, like, I get... I got to get Sackboy.
Yes, they did that. And Astro. I'd love a figure of
Astrobot would be cool, yeah.
Sure.
There's so many characters, but the figures we got look really dope. It's really cool to finally see them get promotional pictures. Just need to see the others. What the hell did Aiden just send?
Do you know what, right? This just a bit weird. Totally going.
Okay. Sorry, what'd you say?
Okay,
no, I was just saying it's Tobey Maguire.
It is. Thank you for telling us. I didn't know until you said that.
Man, this is the most unprofessional week we've had so far. Like, we've got chats going on.
We opened the last one with us screaming, "What the fuck!" Like, it's not that unbelievable.
Yeah, well, when I was running it one there.
Next up, Boss Fight revealed their Garfield and Friends action figure line. So we've got a new Chris Pratt action figure. Woo!
I hate that so much. So I feel like you don't have
in different shots, man.
Oh, sorry. That was my fault.
Unprofessional indeed. What the?
Sorry. Hold on.
Wait, I've got a genuine question.
Yeah, what's the genuine question, my friend?
Who is that for? Who's buying the Garfield figure? Come on.
Garfield fans.
I kind of want the Garfield figure.
What, like all five?
Thank you.
I kind of want the Garfield.
So I will say first and foremost, Lade, you probably don't have any experience with the damn Garfield, do you?
Yeah,
with possibly. The damn Garfield.
Don't live under a rock, mate.
No, I just I don't know. In middle school, Garfield was my shit. Okay, I grew up reading Garfield. I watched the show Garfield and Friends. It was huge for me. I'm not like an avid fan.
I remember the live action movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's never been something I've been like crazy about, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm very familiar with Garfield.
But if I'm intimately familiar with Garfield,
you know.
This line, look, I mean, like I said, I grew up with Garfield, so to me, this is like a childhood thing that I really want. I just want Garfield and Odie. I don't need Nermal. Nermal's a little shithead. Look at him. But definitely Garfield and Odie for sure. They don't come with a lot of accessories, but they don't need them. They're Garfield characters. You know, like what? Aside from like alternate hands,
different hands.
Yeah, alternate faces. We need like, Garfield with a gun. But I think they look pretty good. They're 4 inches, something like that. They're pretty small.
Okay.
I hope we get John in the next wave, because that would be awesome. John. That's all I really have to say though.
I really, if I were to want anything, it would be a creepypasta Garfield. That's all I would want.
That's new age Garfield. That's past my prime.
Next up, some rapid fire. We got Mcfarlane Bleach figures. They look bad.
Do you think they look bad?
I think they
Bleach.
look bad.
I actually think they look shockingly good for what I was thinking that they look like.
I mean, the soft goods look alright, but
Soft goods is cool.
I think they look bad.
You're right. They do look weird. I don't know why their proportions are completely different for the two characters in the same wave. It doesn't make any sense.
What?
Okay.
You mean Yuach doesn't look like a normal human?
Is which one are we talking about? This
I'll
one?
be honest.
That's Yuach.
Fine.
I don't know what his name is. I've heard him say called Watch. I've heard him called Yuha. I don't know what his goddamn name is.
It's Yuach.
I hear Yuwa all the time, so I don't know what is actually the right name for him. His proportions are ugly. Ichigo, soft goods is
little
cool.
head and his like good old long ass body.
Yeah, I'm okay. They don't look good, right? But it is nice to see them fully embracing the soft goods. It's
and then, but here's the thing, and then this one here, right?
Yeah.
He's like from the torso up, right? The proportions are fine, and then he's got like 7 foot legs.
Well, it looks that way because of the fucking pants.
Yeah, it's true.
It looks weird.
It is weird. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit.
No,
I didn't.
Definitely are oversized, but also it's an anime, so it's probably part of the art style. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not good, but it is nice to see a little tiny bit of effort here and there. I don't know. I shouldn't be vouching for that.
They did just reveal like 3 DC figures with cloth capes, so.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well for the soft goods train, so that's nice. But that's not the only thing we heard from Mcfarlane this week. Ty did not want to talk about this, but I just want to quickly mention that Mcfarlane is doing a Persona 3 Reload line, or whatever it is. I don't know what this is. I've never played Persona 3, obviously. I've only played Persona 5. Really strange. This game came out like a couple years ago, maybe last year. I don't know. It didn't come out like super recently, so it's just weird that we're getting figures for this. It's very bizarre. And you put McFarlane toys and Persona together, it just doesn't make any sense to me. They probably won't be very good because they're like skinny twinks in costumes, so I don't like. It's gonna look like shit probably. It's Persona 3 and McFarlane toy style. I don't know what you want. Like, I don't know what you're expecting. The fans who don't want to splurge for the Figmas, here you go, I guess. Here's a shitty, oversized, ugly action figure. But we'll probably see news about this maybe next week or so. We'll find out soon. And we can rag on them then.
Fair enough. Moving on, SH Figure Arts announced a new line for My Hero Academia with Deku, Midoriya. Robo's a big fan of this show. I've never seen it. I don't think any of us have ever seen it. And
I've seen the first season.
Wow.
I don't like the
I don't really
concept of the
watch
show at all.
anime and manga, so
Yeah, obviously.
You don't watch manga. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's fair.
not my thing.
No, I get you. It's not most of our things, but except for me and Ty, we watch anime sometimes. Yeah, I think this figure looks cool. It's not my like favorite suit for him or anything, but also his suits are kind of there's a lot of colors going on. I think it's like his season 7 look, which I think season 7's over, so I don't really know why like they're doing this now. It seems a little delayed, but that's okay. it's like his final battle look, which I guess they're going to be doing. Anyways, doesn't matter. Figure looks great. Supposedly designed by the Naruto team, as from what I heard. Figure looks really, the Naruto team is good, so it's probably going to be a pretty damn good figure. I'm going to buy it. It's probably going to be $35 US, so it's probably going to be a pretty fair deal. Probably not going to come with too many accessories or anything. But that's kind of what to expect when you look at something of this price range. It does look pretty good. And there are so many My Hero options. If you don't want to pay the extra, what is it, $30-$50 for the Yamaguchi line, here's here's a cheaper, slightly cheaper alternative.
Or go back and get the $100 Figmas, or you can get the Mcfarlane figures,
If you want to torture yourself.
You've got options.
Yes, so My Hero is like Demon Slayer at this point, where there are so many action figure opportunities. Pick one, run with it, whatever you want. It looks pretty good though. So yeah.
All right, moving on to round out our figure talk. Leigh suggested that we talk about our top 3 figs of the year so far, since we are halfway through the year. So
not necessarily your top favorites of the year or whatever. It's just things that you've really gravitated towards, I suppose.
Yeah.
Me personally, I have picked my 3 favorites, so each of their own. But you don't necessarily have to rank them. You just 3 things that you're really happy that you bought this year.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing this right now, so someone else go first.
I'll go first if you want me to, since it's my suggestion for the week.
It's okay. Mine are all over here anyways, so it's fine.
Right, okay. So I'll pull my, I think, 3rd favorite. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not really going to rank. I'm just going to talk
rank them. Just
I've only pulled 3. One of these over, but this is a Product Enterprise 2001 talking SFX Dalek. I did a review of these the other day on my socials and whatnot, and I've got 3 others on the way. I've got 3 behind me. This one, and the other day.
Same one, or are they different Daleks? Sorry, are they?
So you get that one. That's like a 60s drone.
I opened up a can of worms. Oh no!
You got Ren Silver.
The one.
Yeah, dude, holy
they're all there's loads of different colours, but I only have a handful. And they do talk. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to deafen you, but they're great. I love them. These are 7.5 inches, so they are taller than what's currently out. There you go. They're nice chunky figures, but I'm really happy to have them, and I clearly trying to collect more than I expected because I've got too many on the way.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Fair enough. Yeah. Just kind of looks like a brick that you could beat over somebody's head.
Yeah, man. It's way
Are they heavy?
They're
heavy. Okay.
Because it's got the the electronics and stuff like that in them. But they're fun. I love them. I really love them. Fun little pieces. I do want to quickly mention, as I mentioned in my review, sorry about this, they are basically the upscale of this, which is a 2.5 inch version of this. Product Enterprise used the same mold for 2 different scales, but that's my first one. I don't know if you want me to quickly just round off my other 2 or what.
Do you want to take turns?
You want to do that?
Hit them all out.
Completely up to you.
Let's just hit them all at once. Why not?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Right. Next, I've got to go with my first Hot Toys.
Damn.
2. I got Captain Vaughn. Not a well-known commander or anything like that, but I love the way he looks, and he is just a recolor of Cody, but he's great, man. I absolutely love the way he looks, and he's the latest Hot Toys figure I picked up this year. Definitely plan on getting at least another 2 this year. Not going to go as crazy as I did last year, but my other one I picked, Ty will be happy that this is here. My beautiful Coruscant Guard, which I absolutely love. This thing is just beautiful. Honestly, God, it's stunning. Just with the markings and everything like that. It's a great piece. So happy to have it. And hopefully I'm going to buy some more clones this year. I think that's my plan. There'll just be a shitload of 501st boys up there, some shit. At the end of the year.
Okay.
But yeah, those are my three.
Fair enough. All right. You want to go, Bray, or should I?
You should go.
Bray's holding this off.
If you're
Just
not gonna
delaying the
prepare,
inevitable.
It doesn't make a difference.
Look, I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking over the last options.
Right. First
Mate,
up,
don't overthink it, because like at the end of the year it's going to be different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
First up, we got the Jada Toys Mega Man from Wave 1. He is a beautiful little boy, wonderful figure. I love this line a lot, and I have been obsessed with him since I got him at the start of the year. He is fantastic. Everything you could want in a Mega Man action figure, for certain. Next up is the SH Figure Arts, my boy Satoru Gojo, the teen version. Please, it'll focus.
It will not, apparently.
It just will straight up not.
The teenager will not. Is
this the figure that came with a shitload of accessories, like loads of fucking hands and shit like that?
I mean, they all do.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. He's I haven't had as much fun with him as the previous version, but I just like the previous version's design more. But he's got a lot of great expressions, a lot of great hands, and he's just a really cool figure, really cool character. And then, next up, last but not least by any means, is another SH Figure Arts. It is the Chakra Mode Naruto figure. This thing is a premium Bandai exclusive. He is fucking gorgeous with all the paint, all the accessories, all the sculpting, and just that bright yellow color. He's so much fun. He is a wonderful figure, and I love him a lot. All right.
Awesome. You guys are going way faster than I expected. Okay. Ty, please cut this out while I go grab them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add farts.
Don't cut it out.
I'm gonna add fart
Don't cut it
sounds
out.
and just focus straight on your
Speed it
camera.
up.
Yeah.
I quickly want to mention what we should do is send pictures in of each three figure, just for editing purposes and whatnot, and a better look.
Of course.
I'll send mine in the morning once I've actually got like actual light and stuff shining through. But yeah, I would Brayden, man. Waiting on you. Just, do you know what you should do? Just keep this in, right? Whoever's editing, and just speed it up. Be good. Oh, I'm gonna put my stuff away. Here, I'm
Okay. All right.
Here he is.
So, blah blah blah. This is hard, man. I mean, I got so many SH Figure Arts One Piece figures, but so I decided to keep it down to a minimum and not put every single one on the list, because they're not all perfect anyways. So I'll look at you with all your little pictures there. I also want to note quickly, I just got this guy in the mail today from DHL. I'm loving him so far. I haven't had enough time to crack into him yet, so I can't count him yet. But
even though you want him.
Yeah. I am hyped as shit to get into him, but I can't count him right now because I haven't spent enough time with him. The very first figure on the list is kind of a surprise one. This might have come out last year, but I got her this year, and that is the Jada Toys Chun-Li. Could have gone to Fei Long, honestly, because I don't really have too much attachment to the Street Fighter characters, but I know Chun-Li better. So, incredible articulation. Like, holy crap. Should not be this good for this, like, company. It's crazy. Never mind me just doing that just now. No, she's great. She's fantastic. Her articulation is great. Jada Toys is on top when it comes to 6-inch. They're the kings at this point. They're gonna take over the whole goddamn market at this point, depending on how many licenses they take up. Great figure. second figure on the list is probably a controversial pick, but one that I enjoy very much. We have Dennis the Creep from Chainsaw Man here, the Gooner. Objectively, probably not a very well-made figure, but he's just so much fun to pose and have fun with, and he's such a stupid character that you can't help but just like enjoy like posing him around and stuff like that. Kind of surprised me in some ways. Just again, not weird articulation and stuff, weird engineering, but just a lot of fun in general. So I'm glad to have him. And the final figure, to nobody's surprise, probably going to end up being my top favorite figure of the year, is the Gear 5 Luffy here. I mean, he's so good. He, objectively, like I said, has a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Not a traditional action figure in the slightest, but if you're able to put that all aside, and if you're able to let the hype of the form take you, take over, he's a fantastic figure. Great accessories, decently good well, not great articulation, but like you can have a lot of fun with it. And I mean, I absolutely love him. He has the long arms on because I don't even want to risk using the short arms at this point. But I mean, come on, man. I just love him. So that was my top 3 for now. But it's going to change drastically by the end of the year, I'm sure.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'd like to point out, in order, mine and Bray's were a Capcom figure, an anime character in normal clothes, and the super form of the protagonist of an anime. So, that's fun.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's weird. We didn't plan that at all.
Nope.
That's funny. That is funny.
Alrighty then. Moving on. JJK finally came back from a month-long break with part 2 of chapter 262. Not a whole lot to go over. It was mostly just a continuation of Yuta fighting Sukuna in Gojo's body. Yuta is not very good at it because he's not Gojo, and he's have got a big learning curve on how to figure out everything that's going on. And Sukuna's like, this fucking kid doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm just gonna beat his ass. And then essentially that's the whole thing. And then a little recording device comes out of nowhere, and the words "don't move" play, and that's an ability that a character has in the series that what they say to someone will happen. So Sukuna stops moving, and then Yuta's about to shoot a giant fucking laser beam in his face, and that's where it ends. And it's probably either not going to hit or not going to do very well because he's not Gojo. He doesn't really know what he's doing. He's not that strong. So, Yuta's
they're just wasting time until... Yeah, they're just buying time until my boy Yuji can come back in with the clutch. And
which it's not like he wasn't ready to keep fighting. Him and Toto are just standing around right now. Yeah, they're just standing outside the bubble like, all right.
They're just like, all right. Let him do his thing, I guess.
Just stole our fight, I guess. Whatever.
They're just getting hot dogs or something. They don't even care. They're just like,
He had his hand in his heart before Yuta showed up.
He was ripping his heart out.
Yeah, and then fucking Sukuna just bitch slapped him away. So, I don't know, whatever.
He's fine. He's doing okay.
Hopefully next chapter will be more interesting next week.
Yeah, it's good to see it back at least. I was missing the hype from you.
It's been too long. Next up, Acolyte episode 6 came out. And it was a pretty good episode, not gonna lie. It was, after riding the absolute high that was episode 5. Episode 6 was more subdued, but there's a lot of tension.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. We're learning a lot. Soul is finally going to reveal the evil dark secret of the Jedi. Osha is probably also going to learn that as she has put on the Sith helmet and is in a trance sort of state. There are heavy illusions that the green-skinned Jedi woman with the purple laser whip was probably Khmer's Jedi Master before he left the Order. And it's
Gotta say, she's she's like a plank of wood.
yeah.
That door behind me has got more personality than her.
Well, she's got a laser whip though. Your door doesn't have a laser whip though. I'm just saying.
Doesn't need one. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
Yeah. Who needs a laser whip? Come on, man.
You gotta respect
Get
your
yourself
fellow,
get
gotta respect
get
your
yourself.
fellow bald.
Get yourself a lightsaber, man. Don't mind a whip.
She has a
not
lightsaber. It
slavery.
turns into a lightsaber and a whip.
Yeah,
It's pretty damn cool. I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen the show, but it's a film like a fun
It's
idea.
on for like 5 seconds. I know people
she
were
whips
like,
it out, kills a bug, and then that's it.
people, oh, you know what the fuck, man? Like, what?
We'll
It's like,
probably-
yeah, man. Light whips have been
Probably
a thing
see
for like
more of it in the
ages. Yeah.
finale. But next episode will finally be the new flashback episode where we get to see all the Jedi.
She's from the
genocide.
she's from the High Republic books.
Yes, she is.
I can't remember her name for the life of me, just because I don't give a shit about her.
Yeah,
But,
I don't remember either. But
yeah, it's an interesting episode. Obviously, like episode 5 is like constantly like, you know, fucking action, and then episode 6 is like, all right, you know, let's flip this entire story upside down. And I personally believe that the roles of Mia and what's her sister's name? Osha. I feel like they're gonna like, I believe they're gonna like switch roles, so to speak. She's gonna learn the truth and turn more to the dark side, whilst Mia's gonna hear what Saul has to say and kind of realize, actually, the Jedi weren't, you know, all that bad, and sort of do that. I believe that's how it's gonna go.
There's an elephant in the room that I have to point out. Episode 5 revealed that Kamir is not a meek little dude under this big fucking robe. He's jacked, and he fucks up the Jedi. This episode, they knew exactly what they were doing. He strips, he gets butt-ass naked, and then he gets into a hot spring. They knew exactly what they were doing. My God.
First edits on the way.
My God. Sexiest Sith ever. Hands down. There's no contest. Sorry, Anakin.
They wanted to one up Kylo Ren with his big body. They were like, you know what? That
Kylo
can't
Ren's
be the
not
only
hot.
sexy.
Adam Driver has an awkward ass face, and he was just fucking wide. He's a wall.
I think so. I think some women would disagree with that sentiment, but
no,
that's
he is
okay.
unconventionally attractive. He is not hot.
All right, fair enough.
He's an awkward.
Yeah,
he's got like a nerdy face.
They've already said that we're gonna see a second Sith appear, and
presumably
You're
Kamir's
gonna say
Master.
Mather.
You know, a lot of people are speculating that it's gonna be Darth Plagueis and stuff like that. It'd be nice. As like a, surprise.
I think it'd probably be Tenebris or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Darth Tenebris. I believe it's
Tyrannus.
No, Tyrannus
Whoa.
is Dooku, idiot.
I don't know.
You shut up then.
Mate,
All
just keep quiet. You don't know Star Wars.
Sorry.
You don't know Star Wars.
Yeah, it was an episode where you learn a bit more stuff. I can understand the aspect of people who have a short attention span and think it's a bit whatever, but you need episodes, like you need things to breathe after like all the chaos.
Then you get the funny scene where the little mole man punches May's shins, and then she gets squirted in the face by oil.
Yeah, my Pip.
Yeah. And then she fucking factory resets his ass.
Basil.
Basil, yeah. Darth Basil.
Yeah. I like Basil. I like Pip. Pip's a very cool droid.
Well, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, like
he got factory reset. He's dead. He's no Pip no more.
No. I mean, listen. I mean, as like the droid, like its function, stuff like that we get to see like in episode 1 and 2. I think it's like such a unique thing.
Yeah, he's a fun like multi-tool sort of droid.
Mm-hmm. I think it's cool, but yeah, it was interesting. I personally do think that the entire perspective of these two characters is flipped I think one's gonna realize that the Jedi wasn't all bad and actually like think, I've done the wrong thing. Whereas the other is gonna see and be like have her eyes open to the truth of what happened and go against the Jedi. Could be interesting.
She's gonna realize that from her point of view, the Jedi are evil. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then they fuse into one person at the end.
The thing,
and then they
the
die.
thing that I really appreciate is that what the show's doing is that it doesn't make the Sith just black and white villains. Like, and I think this is what a lot of people forget. Like, they're not like, yeah, fair enough. We see them as the bad guys, so to speak, but like they have morals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This and the other, and the Jedi are. They're not all that, Like
they are
especially
dogmatic cultists that abduct children. Objectively, that not good.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like the scars he has like on his back from like evidently is from that light whip and stuff. It's like, okay, that's pretty fucked, And you understand his motives. You understand why he's doing it. It's not like this thing where he's like, I want to rule everything, like Palpatine and whatnot. He's got like a motive where you're fully like, yeah, I buy into that. Like the Jedi aren't all that. They're probably like just fucked up and stuff, and you're like, yeah, fuck this. Like this isn't what I want to vibe with. So, but that's really all we got for the episode. Oh, I say that. I found it interesting that Saul didn't wait for the other Jedi to arrive and he fucked off.
It's true. It's very true.
I was like, what's going on here, man? I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
There's a brief scene that gives us a little bit of a hint into the downfall of the Jedi, where Green Woman is talking about a senator wanting to do an investigation on the Jedi, and if it were to come to light that they've been keeping secrets, like something that happened with a cult of fucking witches, then maybe they might fall more under Senate purview. So
yeah,
we shall.
But it was interesting. It was obviously more set up and stuff for the story. I kind of feel like people who didn't like the first 4 episodes and then loved episode 5 are going to go into this episode and go, well, episode 5 was fun, at least. So that kind of mentality, not give it a chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't. That's really all we got for the episode. The more you think about it, but you needed it. You needed those like extra, breathing times and to get things moving. So yeah, it was. It wasn't as good as episode 5. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and go.
Yeah, but
episode 6 like fucking amazing.
It's 5, 6.
It's only because he gets naked. That's why.
2, 1, 3 at the bottom.
Is it because he's naked? Ain't you? So
it's the most interesting plot wise. It's got the most.
Yeah, true.
We're the most invested at this point. So.
It's nice that they actually explain away the helmet. I know there was a lot of confusion about is it Beskar from people who claim to be fans, but never have read anything from Legends. Goes to show, doesn't it, that a lot of people claim to be something and then haven't got a fucking clue when fan things get brought back into canon, so to speak. So
is that Beskar? Because I remember when the Mandalorian got hit by Ahsoka's lightsaber and it turned her lightsaber
off. It's like, yeah, because Beskar and they both have the same, it's just like, man, like, people just talk shit for the sake of it, I swear. I was having a conversation with someone quickly, and he was like, just fucking ripping into it, and he was like, it's stupid, and I was like, right, but it's from Legends. Not everything in Legends was good, don't get me wrong.
And
but
also,
I was like, yeah, but
pre-Disney, so
yeah, and it's like, you complain that you want stuff from Legends, they bring in stuff from Legends. You complain that it's from Legends still, and it makes no sense. It's like, what?
Mhm.
Well, anyway, he was just going off and saying it's a cheap rip-off of Beskar, and I was like, both elements do completely different things, so like, that's like saying copper's the same as gold. Or like, do you know what I mean? Stupid shit like that. Beskar's like great for armor and deflecting lightsabers. The other fucking disables them and is brittle. Like,
Yeah.
it's two completely different things. And it's just, yeah, man. It's just fucking boring at this point hearing people moan about it. Just shut the fuck up. We get it. You don't fucking like it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to fucking tell everyone that you hate it. No one gives a shit.
And
It's like The Last Jedi all over again.
And stop making up bullshit reasons for why you don't like it. Just say you don't like it and move on. Don't watch it.
Listen, if you don't like something and you don't want to watch it, why are you forcing yourself to watch it and like fucking moan about it? Like, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
If I sat there and watched a Marvel show, like say like if there was a second season of She-Hulk, I didn't like the first season, I'm not going to sit there and go, well, do you know what? I'm going to watch the second season. Like, I'm not going to do that because I know I'm not going to enjoy it.
When she shakes her ass, I'm going to get pissed off on Twitter.
I hate watching Sparkle, man.
I was just gonna say, I know we go on a tirade about this show every single week and the fandom and everything, but it kind of always needs to be discussed because people will never ever shut up about it. So why should we shut up about it?
We
wouldn't have to say it if it weren't a topic of discussion every fucking week. So.
Mate, the thing is though, like every episode carries it. Like every episode carries this just weight of shit from people. Like. If you do not like something, you're not looking forward to it. You don't like the way it looks, this, that, and the other. Why are you then sitting down, spending time and effort watching something, and then complain because a certain thing you're watching is being the most viewed thing of the week, or this, that, and the other, and gets greenlit for a second season?
This show gave you exactly what you wanted. The guy who's like, Anakin blew up the Death Star. You got to watch his neck get snapped on screen, so stop crying.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
it's like...
Anyway, we should move on. We talked on it enough.
That was a little tangent for the Acolyte again.
Now shut the hell up so Brayden can talk.
Because I didn't watch The Boys.
About the Acolyte?
About The Boys.
The Boys.
That was a fun episode, wasn't it? Fun-filled.
Yeah, it was great.
Wonderful.
It was really fun to watch. I'm glad I watched it upstairs with my windows open. And it was gross. It was really gross. Like, it got to the point where I was like, well, I sent in the chat. I sent like a disgusted emoji, and I was like, Ty's gonna call me a bitch for this. And then he was like, that was gross. And I was like, okay, good. I'm not the only one who thought so.
Just to recap, so you're prepared, Lay. The episode, I forget exactly how it starts, but the episode starts with them on like a tour spreading Hugh's dad's ashes or whatever. But the premise of the episode is that Tech Knight who's basically Bruce Wayne, is throwing a party at his mansion, and all the Supes are going to be there so that Homelander and his people can get a bunch of senators together and talk about their political agenda. And so to get into the party, the team is going to disguise one of them as the Spider-Man character of the boys, and it's Huey, of course, who has to do it. So Huey is the one to get into this costume and go into the party. Well, the Spider-Man character was invited for reasons that Tech Knight discloses, and he takes him to the Tech Cave, which is his sex dungeon. So Huey gets strapped to a machine, and you watch as his feet are tickled, and he's spanked, and someone fucking there's a gimp against the wall, chained up with a gag in his mouth.
That guy was awesome. That guy was like my favorite character.
And someone gets off on screen and then wipes their fluids on Huey's mask.
It was horrible.
Fucked.
It was really uncomfortable.
It is really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's weird. And so that happens a lot and for a while.
Nice.
And then the rest of the team's like, all right, we got to go in there because we can't communicate with Huey anymore because he's in the basement. So we got to try to save him. So they go in and things go wrong and people get hurt and people leave and then.
I gotta mention my favorite bit too.
Sage gets lobotomized again, so then she's useless in the meeting. So Homelander tries to convince the senators, and then he fails. So Newman has to step up, and then he gets all pissy, and then later on he gets the milk squirted in his face, and then he feels.
Well, I should say, she gets lobotomized by getting shot in the head, and that shocked me. I thought she
want to say that.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
but fair enough.
Well, it's not too big of a spoiler. Whatever. I was gonna say I want to ruin this joke for Leigh because I think it's funny. They're holding Tech Knight hostage, and like they have him chained up, and they're like trying to torture him, and he's like, "Oh fuck you."
Yeah, because he's a masochist.
Yeah, like he's getting off on it, and
gets stabbed, and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, and then they're like, how do we torture a masochist? And they're like, I know. The Gimp like breaks free and he like runs over to the laptop and he's like, it's his bank account. And they start draining out his bank account, sending like $1 million to like charities and like Black Lives Matter. He's like, no, fuck you. Like,
anything but those people.
He's like screaming the entire time. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's yeah. A-Train's dead this season. I'm saying it right. He's dead.
Yeah,
Next few episodes.
He has another big moment where he has to go against what his normal morality would be, which is to be immoral. So he has to do a good thing again. But we'll see how it plays out. But good episode. There's a huge reveal at the end of the episode. We're not going to spoil for you because it is nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It had me shocked, to say the least. Some people were guessing
it happens. I had to go back and rewatch because I was like, "Oh, that's so fucking well done." That was perfect.
Some people were like, "I knew it from the beginning." It's like, no, there was no way.
Shut up.
Yeah, it is very strange, but it makes sense now, and it's kind of like, okay. Really excited. We got 2 episodes left, I think. So we're really these next few episodes are going to be crazy. It's kind of crazy how fast this season's gone already. It's a lot of build up, and I think it's going to come to a crazy payoff. But A-Train's dying. That's all I can really confirm. Is I think he's dead. I would be shocked if he was.
Frenchie's not in this episode at all. He's in prison.
Yeah, he's in prison. He turns himself in.
Yeah, he turns to him. Yeah.
And he won't let her see.
Kimiko's really sad about it. She's like,
oh yeah.
It's It's very sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So enjoy when you get to watch it because you're gonna be very uncomfortable.
Getting to watch fucking Tech Knight get fucking fondled and that, man.
It's pretty horrible. It made me go
God.
Gross.
There's one scene. I won't say anything more than there's a cake involved, and
Webweaver's introduction was pretty horrible too. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It was pretty awful. It's the Spider-Man guy.
Character. Yeah,
they go to his apartment to get his suit, or basically trick him or anything. So yeah, horrible.
It's
horrible.
It's fun.
It's fun, but it's horrible.
No, I mean sarcastic fun. It's not fun.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Wow, we basically ran through everything under an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah. So at this point in the episode, I am going to take my leave, and Brayden is going to take over and subject Leighton to something very fun. So, thank you, everybody. And they will wrap it up for you when the...
Don't leave. Don't leave.
Sorry, I have to.
Leave, man.
So I'm gonna
Listen,
turn
right?
off my audio.
Whatever he's done to you, you know what, right? He can apologise, all right?
He really doesn't have to leave for this. I don't know why he's leaving.
Nope, I'm leaving.
Because he wants
Bye.
to, because he thinks this is going to be like, this is like, you know how you were talking about the boys and like Tech Knight getting off on like
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is his version of it. Like he's just going to sit there and like
gonna
rewatch
get
this
off
back
on
and
it.
go, yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's turned his mic off. He thinks he's
Oh,
funny.
that's what he's snickering. He's sitting there and he's snickering like a little biatch.
Yeah,
I thought he was actually going to leave because what I was going to do is I was going to trick him and be like, we're not actually going to talk about this. Just like end the recording early. But
he doesn't have to know, even if he's easy. Can't you kick him?
so Ty suggested, gun pointed at my head, that I try to break down the entire plot of Persona 5 to you, Lay. Now, Lay, you know a lot about the Persona franchise, yeah?
I've got a clue.
That's good. That's a good place to start off on. Persona 5 came out in 2017. It is a part of the. Oh god, here we go. This is already gonna suck. It is a.
Do you know that line from The Dark Knight? Some men just want
which
to watch
line?
the world burn.
Yeah.
This is-
That's Ty. Ty's sitting there. Ty's got his Joker plan, and he's smiling. He's like. Exactly.
Right now. Okay.
Persona 5 is a part of the Shin Megami Tensei game series. It's a group. It's a series of anime JRPG
Yeah, you
games.
haven't got a clue, have you?
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yeah, go on.
Anyways, Persona 5 stars a bunch of teenagers who go through traumatic events and they awaken their personas, which is basically gods that come from themselves when they're emotionally triggered. And they're also like Pokemon because there's lots of other personas and you collect them and use them to fight in battle. So the game starts off and you've been arrested, you're in custody, and this chick is like, why did you do this thing that I'm not explaining why you did? Oh, you're robbing a casino. That's what it is. You're in a casino and you're robbing it, and then she takes you in for custody and is like, why did you do this? And your character conveniently has amnesia for basically half of the game. Keep in mind, this is like a 100-hour game, so you're sitting there for like 50 hours going like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Your character, who is nameless, he doesn't have it because you can name him. Leroy, yeah. Okay, your character Leroy, he is like a 16-year-old high schooler, and he's
robbing a casino.
Yeah, we'll get there. There's this bald bastard on the streets, and he's harassing this girl, and he's like, he literally says something like, "The police are my bitches. They're not gonna do anything." And the teenager gets involved, and so he threatens to sue him. And so he goes through a trial, I guess, and then gets sent to a different part of the country, and now he's living in a different part of a country. His parents just send him off to another part of Japan. I don't know why. He's living with some coffee guy who agrees to take him into custody. It doesn't make any sense. So you're living with this guy who runs a coffee shop, and he's like your dad, I guess, now, because your parents don't care about you, so they just send you off to live with some random guy to get rehabilitated, I guess. Keep in mind, you didn't do anything. He pushed an old man. A bald guy. That's all he did. But the old guy has power. The old guy is like the prime minister or something, so he's got some power. It's true. So anyways, he's going about his day, he's having a good old time. He goes to school, and he realizes there's something wrong with the school. The gym teacher is a creep, and he likes the high school girls. That's no bueno. So he is he's so oh god, holy shit. This is hard. You meet this blonde kid who's who's like a delinquent and he hates everything and he hates the gym teacher. And you're like, why does he hate the gym teacher? And through complete coincidences, this weird app keeps showing up on the main character's phone, and you're like, what's that all about? He clicks the app one day, and he gets transported into another world. Now, this other world is called a palace, and it is the dark desires of an evil person. A person who's really evil will create their own palace world and have their own like evil world that they can just run and be dicks in. It's at this point that we meet another girl, a girl who's being creeped on by this gym teacher, and we also meet this weird, disgusting cat monster who says he's not a cat, but he's obviously a cat. We don't know what he is, and he guides us through this dungeon and teaches the kids how to fight. And together they take down the gym teacher and expose him for his crimes. And there's really weird rules, so if you take down someone and like break their spirit in the palace realm, a couple days later they will like admit publicly to everything they've done on national television. Like they'll just like out themselves for some reason because you destroyed their psyche, I think. Yeah, that's the first boss. There's multiple bosses in the game. The next one is an art teacher who's, guess what, abusing students. What a surprise. And you get to meet this pretentious art kid who joins your party, and he's been having a rough time. He's getting his art stolen from him. That's messed up. You take down the ponytail art teacher, okay? But you're not hearing me out yet, okay? There's more to the story. Because they can also go into a separate place called Mementos. And what Mementos is, it's a train system that goes underneath the earth, and you could fight all these monsters and Pokemon and collect these personas, right? You should have brought a bottle of Jax for this, my friend. You really need it. So anyways, that's a dungeon. That's a side thing. You don't have to do it, but you actually do have to do it for later, and I'll get into that. Then there's this girl. There's a girl who's the student council president of the school, and she's catching on to what we're doing because they're sneaking around. They're being troublemakers. So she's like, I'm going to catch on to what's going on. Meanwhile, she gets involved with the Japanese Yakuza, and there's like this whole like Yakuza subplot where the crime boss is like making the students be drug dealers, I guess. So he's like extorting all the students in the school, and she's like, I'm the student council president. I'm not gonna let this happen. So they go in his brain and they fight his fat, evil version of himself and get him to admit everything he did wrong, right? Boom, boom, boom. You're seeing a pattern. They're going into people's brains, they're shutting them down, they're making them go crazy, right?
Yep.
Yep. Sounds good. Now, if I remember correctly, we meet... So you're living with this guy who owns a coffee shop. He's got a secret daughter who's a gamer. And she's depressed. And so...
As you would be.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the boss was. Oh yeah, she's depressed, but she's so depressed that it creates her own palace thing. And you fight her mother, who is the reason why she's depressed, because she killed herself or something. And she's a giant sphinx lady. And once you save her from her depression, she joins your party. Like, hey, welcome aboard. It's at this point in the game... Yeah, some random girl. She's also like 14 years old. And also, by the way, the cool thing about this game, you can romance every female character in this game, including the 14-year-old. You're 16, and you can also romance adults, too. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Japan. Like, straight up, you can romance your teacher if you give them the right words to say. They'll be like, hell yeah, let's go on a date. Gotta love Japan, right?
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, this game has a social system, so you can basically like level up your social stats and like talk to different people. You can get like a job, you can go eat burgers. This game's kind of crazy, but
Fucking sounds it.
yeah, well, there's a lot going on. The next point, the little cat guy who is chilling with you, he gets pissed off, he gets fed up, and so he leaves the team. The team is fractured. He doesn't leave it for very long though, because we meet this new chick. And this new chick...
he wants to come back.
Oh, yeah, he wants to come back once he meets this new chick.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they find out this new chick's dad...
As it goes,
Yeah, right.
Whenever the friend group falls out, as soon as a bird joins, everyone's like...
Exactly. Everyone's back on board. But they find out her dad is the head of like a basically Elon Musk. He's like a head of like a giant business company. But this is when we find there's a twist here. They destroy his brain or whatever. They make sure like he's going to admit all of his crimes. He does that, but then he dies on live television. Uh-oh, that's not normal. That's weird. How did he die? Turns out there's somebody behind the scenes killing people. What? There's a evil afoot. So we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on here.
Right.
I think the next point is... Hey guys, Renzo from the future here. I completely forgot to mention something. Lay brought up a really good point about how I never mentioned the casino. So right before he was about to go to bed, I'm gonna explain it. He had a good point. So I forgot to mention that after you kill the girl's Elon Musk dad, you have another one, which is this casino.
Right.
The student council president's sister is the detective who has been interviewing you over the entire game while you're recalling all your memories. Turns out she's kind of crazy. So you got to go into her brain and you got to make her admit her sins or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
And her brain is casino because she's greedy. I don't know.
And a gambler, I guess.
But there's a plot twist because as you're about to like make her convince her sins, turns out somehow they got transported to the real world in the middle of that, so they get arrested by the real life police while they're in dream world. They somehow got swapped and didn't realize that they got swapped into the real world and then get arrested by actual police. So they're arrested by real police, brought in, and then that's why he's explaining the entire game. And then once you get let out and free, you are on the path to deal with the dirty ass prime minister. Right, okay. So then we move on to... We come back around, all the way around. The guy that sued us is running for prime minister of Japan right now. And he's the most evil villain alive. He was behind the scenes. He was working with all these guys beforehand, and he was like, "You're all part of my crazy club. We're gonna take over. We're all evil." That was the big twist. And so he's like the final villain.
That the pervy old man is behind everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would have thought?
He killed the depressed girl's mom. He did it's like the dumbest shit you could imagine. He like, "I killed your mom. I did this to you. I hate you." Like he's just behind everything in the entire game. So you get on board his ship to fight him, and that's when the murderer has been revealed. Throughout the entire game, there's been this detective who's been keeping track of you, who's a high schooler for some reason. I don't know why there's a high schooler detective. Turns out he's evil and he's been killing people and he goes crazy and he does a complete 180. You kill him on the ship and he sacrifices himself and it's stupid. It doesn't amount to anything. There's like this crazy twist and then they forget about it and he like sacrifices himself and it doesn't matter. But it gets epic. They face off against the bald man. Finally, the man who's been behind everything. They beat him. They convince him to change his mind, and everything's good. We save the day. Oh, but wait, that's not true. There's more evil afoot. You remember the Mementos dungeon I was telling you about earlier? There's some shady shit going on down there. So we have to go all the way down to the bottom of hell, basically, see what's going on. We walk all the way down there. We fight some monsters. The truth is revealed. These persona demons or whatever are wiping everyone's mind and making everyone evil. So all of society is evil because of this demon. Turns out it's God. God is the villain of the game. They just call him God. And he has been wiping everyone's mind and convincing people to think evil thoughts. So God kills everyone, all the main characters, and then
He does. Famously.
But then your little mind goblin, the goblin that's been living in your mind this entire game, who I neglected to mention until just now, brings you back. And he's like, "You're not done yet. You gotta kill God." So you and your homies all stand up and you're like, "Let's go kill God." You run up this giant pathway to heaven, I guess. You fight angels along the way. It's insanity. Keep in mind, you're a 16-year-old high school student, and you just got sued. That's it. You're fighting angels at the end of the game, and then you confront God. He's a giant, like, biblical angel with wings and shit, and he's crazy looking. You just shoot him a couple times, and then you pull out your really big boy persona, who's huge, and he pulls out a gun and shoots God in the head. And Japan returns to normal, and you and your homies get to go on a little road trip and have some fun. And that's the end of that's when the credits roll. I haven't played the game since 2022, so that was a very horrible way of explaining it, but you got the general idea of it, so...
Just an average week by the sounds of it.
Yeah, that's an average. That's the true life of a Brexit geezer. So, are you gonna play the games now, Lay? Yes. Let's get you a copy of Persona 5 right now.
There's not enough substance in the world that I could take that would get me to sit through that.
I don't know about that. There's
Never
probably
know.
something out there.
Maybe, but I won't be getting it. I would feel robbed if that was bought for me, not with my own money.
I will also mention too, there is an extended version of the game called Persona 5 Royal that came out, I think, 2022. It is twice as long. It has even more characters, and it adds a completely new party member, and they completely changed the ending of the original game. So after you beat God, I believe there's another villain who is a twist villain who's like, "Guess what? I was in your brain messing with you the entire time." I haven't played it, so don't take my word for it, but something tells me you don't care.
Is that why he went on mute for this entire thing? He's probably sat there fucking laughing. Look at him, smug little bastard. Thinks he's fucking funny, doesn't he?
I just feel bad for Ty because he has to edit this shit. Yeah, it was peaks and valleys because he'd be like, yeah, he was really interested in what was happening.
Yeah, especially the part where God got shot in the face.
That is objectively pretty cool. Sounds good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for watching and listening to the All Things Geek podcast. Thank you very much, my lovely men here, for joining me. Thank you, Ty, for being on. We greatly appreciate your involvement in this week's episode. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful evening.
Man, it's weird. All this ain't feeling real to me just yet. Like, am I in a dream, you know?
I wouldn't mind that.
We're free to do whatever we want, after all.
I guess so. If you want to change the world, all you have to do is just look at it differently. Am I right? And that is what aesthetics are.
Yeah.